it's Carol from Cape Cod Cottage Garden. Today we're going to be sowing some vegetables. So I went ahead to my little trusty seed holder and pulled out week 7 because I am 7 weeks before my last frost date. If you believe that frost date, I'm a little skeptical. Skeptical? What did I just say? Skeptical. Thank you. It says it's April 18th. I feel like it could get a frost, so I'm a little nervous about it. But, so today, what I'm going to be starting, let me show you what I have. First of all, my brassicas. I noticed a lot of my garden friends around here already started their brassicas, but last year mine were huge. They were too big, so I was like struggling to find room for them under my grower room and everything. Although I am going to put them out a little bit earlier this year. I'm rambling. Anyways, I'm sowing brassicas today. So I'm going to do some broccoli. I was on the fence whether I was going to grow broccoli, but I'm going to. I have the seeds. So I'm going to do this broccoli. It's a marathon hybrid, and that's from Burpee. Like the glaring is bad here, guys. And also some Waltham 29 broccoli. Something new for me this year, I'm mostly growing this for my sister-in-law, Auntie Barbara, and my daughter. My youngest daughter loves this eggplant, but look at the cool eggplant I picked. Rosa Bianca eggplant from M.I. Gardner. Isn't that gorge? It's just gorgeous. I want to grow because it's pretty. I'm going to try to really embrace enjoying eggplant. It's not my favorite. But I think grilled, I might enjoy it, or breaded and fried. Of course, everybody likes anything breaded and fried. So I'm going to go that. Oh, I missed one brassica. These are Brussels sprouts. They are green gem hybrid. I grew these last year. They were fabulous. I learned a little bit about them, so I'm hoping I'm a little more successful. I mean, mine were really good, but they were kind of small. I mean, still delicious. We ate them. They were great. So I'm going to try these again this year. Something I grew last year, my tomatoes. So I'm not sowing all my tomatoes now. These are just the first ones I'm going to start. Last year we did not have a great tomato year. It was very wet and it just wasn't great for tomatoes. But I cannot believe right now we are at March 7th. This has been the wettest winter. It has been literally pouring nonstop. I am so over it. I can't remember the last time. Like you get a peak of sun like once a week for like an hour. I can't. I need the sun. Anyways, I digress. Last night I went out, a lot of my tulips, and I grew a bunch of those gladiator alliums I planted this fall, and I don't know, that's something like 1,000 tulips and muscari and stuff like that. And I went ahead and they were getting eaten, the tops, my bunny gate. I still haven't rectified the fence yet, so the fencing thing we're going to do, it's not up yet, but my tulips are coming up. So I went out and I sprayed deer and rabbit fence all over them last night because I thought it was finally like a little clear out, and literally half an hour later, it downpoured for the rest of the night. And then this weekend we're supposed to get like 3 inches of rain. It's insane. I went out and I covered my winter sowing. I covered the holes because they're going to drown. So the holes in the top, I just placed rocks on top to stop the drowning. Getting off track. Okay, so tomatoes. I'm going to do some San Rosano tomatoes. You guys all know what they look like. I'll put a picture, but probably not necessary. The best cherry I've ever grown, and I'm going to grow it again this year, as the Sun Gold cherry tomato. This one I am super excited about because I grew an heirloom tomato that was gifted to me. A plant was gifted to me from my old neighbor. She was a wonderful, wonderful gardener, Penny. And I've been chasing that tomato ever since. I couldn't find the exact one that she grew. There is a seed company, I think it's called Franchi or Franchi. I'll write it on the bottom because I can't remember what it is. But they're out of Italy, and I couldn't get the seeds shipped here for some reason. I tried really hard, but I couldn't get the seeds. But I did get this one. This is Costaludo Genovese tomato. I love the big heirloom, the highly ribbed ones. I don't know, I just love them. So that's it. That's what I'm going to plant today for veggies in week 7. So let me go ahead and do that. So I hope this isn't getting repetitive because I just did my flowers that I planted. on week 7, and these are my vegetables. But in case you missed that video, I will link it above. But just to go over how I start my seeds, I'm using Pro Mix. What I do is I put it in this little dish pan, and then I moisten it. You want to moisten it to the point where it holds together, but water doesn't drip out. So when you squeeze it, water really isn't dripping out, but it does hold together like in a clump. And after I do that, I mark all my 6 packs or whatever you're going to use with the name and the date of what I'm sowing in that container. And then to fill it, I just scoop up the soil. One thing I wish I had is I wish I had a sifter, because there's always like sticks and stuff like this in the soil. Today I'm using Pro Mix, which is a really good one, but it still has sticks in it. So what you're gonna do is just load it up. This is what I do. You can do it, obviously, find what works best for you, but I just put it in very loosely, and then I take my thumbs and I just kind of press it down just so there's no air pockets and the whole container is full, because as you can see, it presses down quite a bit. And then I just top it off with some more. You can bang it. You can what I do is I kind of just gently pat the top with my hand over the whole thing, so I'm not like compressing the soil. Like I said in my last video, you don't want the soil compressed because you want those tiny roots to be able to freely move through the medium and not have to work too hard. So if it's compacted, it's hard for those little dainty roots to get through. So this is the last one, and then I'll sow the seeds. What are you guys starting this year? I feel like I'm a little late, but last year I felt like I was too early, so it's never a perfect time. And then, we're in the middle of monsoon here. It has not stopped raining. Look at this one, actually needs a little more. The good thing about, if you don't like the way your pot's filled, because I can see there's all holes. These are bootstrap farmer things, which is nice because you can see, but if you can see how full it is. But if this was solid, you would never know. Because look at the bottom of this. I don't know if you can see that. Right there, it's completely empty. I can stick my finger right in. So I'm just going to dump this one out and start again. I was distracted when I was doing it. I was chit-chatting, so let me do that again. Rather do it right now than have a big air pocket. All right, there we go. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and sow the seeds. Okay, guys, so after I have all of my containers filled and marked, I go ahead and I put the seed packet that's going to go in that container on top. I mean, you can find the way that best works for you, but this works for me. It's very easy to get confused when you're sowing this many seeds at once. So I'm going to go ahead and sow these. My kids always yell at me because I wear all my jewelry. I dig in the dirt. I usually wear, this isn't my great sweatshirt, but I'll wear like really nice sweatshirts and stuff. But that's just me. I can't help it. So yeah, I wear my jewelry. But so the first one I'm going to sow is the tomato, the Costoluto Genovese. And you can do this any way you want. I'm only going to put 1 per cell because I don't even need 6 of these. I don't have room in my garden for that many tomatoes. But like I said before, I might give some of these to my plant sale for my garden club. And they might not all germinate. So I'm going to plant 6 for now. See how they go. You can use a dibbler like this. You can use the tweezers, whatever you like to do. It really doesn't matter. So I think it's pretty boring to watch people sow seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and sow all of these seeds. And then I'll come back and show you at the end. Okay, guys, I have everything sown. So now I'm just going to add some very fine vermiculite to the top. And I know it's raining. It's like a monsoon here, but after this, I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to drive down and park at the beach. And I'm going to read my book because I can't stand being cooped up in the house this long. I went out earlier and took a walk around the yard and the pouring rain. I mean, my lawn is just like sopping. I hope that my tulips don't die from all this rain. Just about done, guys. What are you guys growing for vegetables this year? I hope I am successful this year. I did pretty good last year. But you never know what Mother Nature is going to bring. We are definitely in a rainy pattern, and we have been all winter. But the good news is, so far, knock on wood, is there any wood in here? We did not get like that Arctic blast that killed all our hydrangeas last year. So now I'm just going to mist the top with my handy dandy sprayer. I got this idea from Soil and Margaritas. I think I showed it to you in one of my other videos, but I'll show it to you again. It's one of these Scott water misters. Gives it a nice little mist. Usually I have this in a big 10-20 tray, but I'm going to squeeze these in on trays I have already under the light. So just going to give them a little bit of water. The soil was already moistened, but I always like to give the top a little spritz when I first sow the seeds. Last time I did this, I had my seed packets right here, and I soaked my seed packets. Yep. Not always the sharpest tool in the shed. Luckily, they were double packed, so inside the package, they were in another package, so they didn't get wet. Because you know, you don't want to get your seeds wet. Now I'm going to put them in one of the 10-20 trays underneath a humidity dome and on the heat mat. Because these are tomatoes, they want warm soil. Not all of them are tomatoes, but they need warm soil, the tomatoes at least, to germinate. So I'll give you a quick little seedling tour. I did one in my last video. Go ahead and look at that. I did a more detailed one of what I'm growing so far, but I'll just give you a quick look right now. Okay, so these are the things I sowed today, the vegetables and the flowers. The flowers are in a different video. Down here I have onions, my daylilies from Shelly from Guiding Green Thumbs. They're doing amazing. I have shallots and more onions. I can try to link my onion video too, because I did a little experiment where I did some in potting soil and some in Pro Mix, some in short containers and some in tall. And we'll see. I have my fan going. And then over here, I shut the light off so you can see better. I have all kinds of flowers and peppers growing. I got, I would say, amazing germination. Look at my echinacea. I have scabiosa over here and snapdragons, more peppers, all different kinds of peppers, jalapenos, some scabiosa, some stock. Back here, it's more difficult to see because they're tiny, but I have some scabiosa there. And then these petunias, I don't know if you'll be able to see them. They're so tiny right there. They're all over the place. They're just really hard to see because they're dark, they're blue. These are called Merlin Blue Morn petunias. And then I have Mambo Sweet Pink petunias, which are green, so they're a little easy to see. They're all over the place. So very good germination. They're just hard to see because they're small. And over here in this row, I have the Kong Rose Coleus. That's that giant coleus. Super excited about that. And I don't know if I can show you this because, oh, there we go. This is the Black Dragon Coleus, which was old seed. It was pelleted, and I didn't think it was going to come up, and look at that germination. So overall, super thrilled, guys. So that's it for seed starting today. I did do 2 videos, one for flowers and one for veggies. So if you wonder if I only own one sweatshirt, no, I filmed them both on the same day. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to go over to the beach now and read my book and at least look at the outdoors. So I'm an outdoor person. I go stir crazy if I can't get outside. I go out in the rain. I don't care. And if you made it this far, I truly appreciate you guys watching. You can give me a thumbs up or subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I love the comments, so keep the comments coming. It really makes me happy to see people engaged and interested in what I'm showing. I know this isn't very exciting seed sowing, but pretty soon, hopefully, if the rain ever stops, we'll get out in the yard. We have some great projects happening this year at our Cape Cod cottage. So I am really excited. I'm ready to get going. Next up, I have to go out there and prune my hydrangeas. So look for that video coming soon. So anyway, guys, thanks again for watching and get out there and grow. Bye-bye.